everybody, and welcome to another episode of From What I Gather, where today we're making this super simple and super sexy seared ahi salad that everyone's gonna love. So let's get started. Now this is another one of those dishes where I want to have all of the prep work done before I even think about cooking. The tuna is gonna cook very quickly, so I want to have my plate all set up so that I can finish it off just as soon as that tuna is ready to go. And the first thing I'm going to do is prepare the sesame ginger vinaigrette for the salad. Now, the basic formula for vinaigrettes is 3 parts oil and 1 part vinegar. And after that, you can add whatever salts or spices or herbs you like. So get creative, get crazy, and make your own vinaigrette. For this one, I'm starting with 3 tablespoons of olive oil, and this is the time to break out the good stuff. I've got 1 tablespoon white vinegar. I'd use rice vinegar if I had it, but white vinegar works perfectly well in this recipe. I've also got 1 tablespoon soy sauce, 1 teaspoon sesame oil, and 1/2 teaspoon of sugar. That's optional, and of course, to your own taste. And I'm also going to grind up some fresh ginger in there, and this is frozen to make it nice and easy to grind. So, I'm just going to pour all of these ingredients into a jar, rather than using a bowl and a whisk. This works out really well. The vinegar, the sugar, sesame oil. Doesn't take a lot of sesame oil. It is packed with flavor. And then I'll just grind this right atop the jar here. And I'm probably going to just use about a teaspoon of that fresh ground ginger in there. Also got a nice strong flavor. Now, all we gotta do is shake it up. A lot of times in your vinaigrettes, there'll be some sort of emulsifier added. You use a little bit of egg yolk, a little bit of mustard, but I want this one to be pretty clear, translucent I should say. It's not gonna be clear. So I'll just shake it up for 30 seconds or so, and then the sugar should be all dissolved. We'll give that a little bit of a taste. And we're good to go. Just for fun, I'm just gonna put in a drop or 2 of lime juice and shake that right in there just for a little bit of fresh citrus. Now I want the cucumber to marinate in the dressing for 10 or 15 minutes, so it's the first thing I'm gonna get ready. And I've got a nice proper English cucumber here. Cut it at an angle. These are gonna be around an 1/8 inch thick, or however you like them. And then by cutting them at an angle, I just get that nice kind of oval slice to them. Oh, those go right into the bowl. And I'll just put a tablespoon or 2 of that dressing on there. Toss them around real good, and just pop those in the refrigerator until I'm ready to use them. Now this dish is as much about feeding the eyes as it is the mouth. So I like to select ingredients for the salad with a lot of different contrasting colors that really pop. Of course, if you want to just throw yours all in a bowl and mix it up, it's gonna be delicious. But I like to get creative in the kitchen, and this dish gives me an opportunity to do just that. So I've got a handful of little baby greens. Some are bitter, some are sweet, but nice and crisp and crunchy. An avocado, because it's just kind of a natural partner with the tuna. I've got a sweet yellow peppers, provide some contrast in color and some nice crunch. Also some crunchy red radish, my marinated cucumbers, some funky looking tomatoes, and I think I'm going to incorporate some of this pink sushi ginger. Now I want to find a really cool plate and start fooling around with decorating this. Alright, got a decent thing going. So, now it's time to get set up and cook the tuna. So for starters, I've got about a 50-50 mix of white and black sesame seeds. Not toasted sesame seeds, because believe me, they're gonna get plenty toasted. And I just want to mix those until they're kind of evenly mixed. That's not very important. Just the white sesame seeds alone work great. And you could probably just use all black sesame seeds as well, but people may accuse you of burning their tuna, so be careful who you're friends with. Now I've got this wonderful little piece of yellowfin tuna, and truth be told, this is not the tuna that Cristobal caught on our fishing trip in Mexico, because that would have been a little logistically difficult to get back here. But if you'd like to check out the video of him catching that tuna and us catching a whole bunch of other fish, I'll put the link at the end of the video. So I like to start by actually lightly brushing that with the salad dressing or some straight soy sauce. And this is just going to help get those seeds to stick real good, as well as add just a little bit of salt. Tuna's already got a nice natural saltiness to it, so you don't need a whole bunch. But I do really like the black pepper and tuna combination. Now this is nice and cold, and now I'm gonna pop it into the sesame seeds. And we'll just flip and press. Hit them sides, press it down a little bit. Flip and press. Now just till we get kind of a nice one seed layer coating all around this. Looks pretty good. Now we'll get this pan all heated up and get that tuna cooked up lickety split. Now I want this thing to be smoking hot when the fish hits it. I like to use my cast iron here because it holds the heat really well, and it is not going to notice when that fish hits it and cool off at all. It's going to give it a real strong and fast sear. So you also want to use an oil that could take a lot of heat, so like a grapeseed or a canola, something neutral flavor. Not the olive oil, definitely not the sesame oil, because that'll burn up. And I want to get this to where it starts to smoke, and I want everything ready to go because it's going to go very quickly. With a 1-inch thick piece, it is going to be literally 45 seconds per side and then 10 seconds on each edge. So use a timer, count it out, but you do want to be pretty precise in this one because you can overcook this in a heartbeat. Boy, I had a real serious tone there. Alright, now we've got a nice smoke coming off. Kind of want to get that oil out there where I'm going to drop that fish. Just to pull to the edge of this griddle. Then bam, and 45 seconds. And there's 45, flip. Get some of that oil, pick it up. And it got a nice bit of toastiness right there. It didn't burn, so the high heat is fine. Just make sure you don't go too long, because that will burn up on you. Now, 10 seconds on each edge. I'm going to grab some of that oil, pop it out here, and I'll just count that out. And grab a little of that oil, pop right there. Nice toastiness going. And one more little dip in the oil and out here. And right off the heat. And it looks great. Add a little bit of my sauce to the greens. Not a ton. Doesn't take much. Give those a little toss. And I will attempt to drop those near the middle of my plate. let's see how we did. Of course I sent the salad out with my lovely wife, but I'm not going to be searing up some ahi without cooking some for myself. It looks fantastic. The crust is beautifully crusty and toasted, and the inside looks perfectly rare. Let's give that a shot. Oh man. Oh man. Now, they call tuna the chicken of the sea, but this is really more like the ribeye of the sea. It's nice and rare and juicy, and it's got that kind of irony meatiness that only tuna really has, and a great crunch and flavor from the sesame coating. It's absolutely wonderful on its own, but when it's mixed into the salad, all the different flavors and textures combine, and everybody knows that avocado and tuna are just the long separated lovers from land and sea. Well, I really hope you try this, and I know you're gonna love it. And if you do, please like and subscribe for more. Thanks for watching.